Hey there. I was a bad girl. First of all, welcome to Oriya, where we talk about overall wellness from the top of our heads to the bottom of our itty bitty tippy toes. So, I've talked about hair, I've talked about heart, I've talked about eating right. We talk about strokes, we talk about diabetes, we talk about just a lot of things that has to do with health and self-care and loving yourself and being in the right frame of mind because all of that helps to keep our entire body moving. Okay, it's like a machine. We have to keep moving and we have to do it right in the right way. Now, what I said earlier, I said I was a very bad girl. Well, I was out of town and, my son and his fiance took me out to eat. And, I don't go out to eat very much. It's been a while and the food was delicious. I'm not going to say what the restaurant was, but the food was delicious. It was good. I ordered shrimp scampi. I had a salad and what else? And I had one drink. It was like a Malibu rum drink, and it was blue, tropical color. And we were enjoying ourselves, having a good time. And when I got home to their place, I prepared for bed. And because the next morning I was getting up and I had to get on a flight to head back home. And about maybe 3 or 4 hours later, mm, my stomach started rumbling. I had the runs. I ran to the bathroom several times that night. And then I'm not going to get too graphic, but then I had to throw up also. So it was like from one end to the other. I mean, at one time it was at the same time. Yuck. Oh my gosh. I was like, what is happening to me? I don't know what's happening to me. I'm thinking because I ate differently. And then I'm thinking it's because maybe it was late when I ate, and I usually don't eat late. And then I don't know, but when I got cleaned up and everything, I took a shower and all that and got back in the bed and then I thought, well, let me rest as much as I can because I have to get on the plane. And once I get on the plane, I don't know what just happened. I think I froze a little bit. Once I get on the plane, I'm hoping that I'm done, that everything is okay. So everything went okay. I made it back home. My husband picked me up and he wanted to make a couple of stops. And I said, well, okay. But at the same time, I was feeling weak and drained. And like I didn't have any more energy. I couldn't hardly walk. I couldn't hardly lift my luggage. It was terrible. And when I got home, I changed my clothes, went straight to bed. And I stayed in the bed for 5 days, y'all. 5 days. And when I was explaining the symptoms to my husband said, sound like you have food poisoning. Well, you know what? That's what I get because I didn't eat right. Now, some of y'all will say, well, shrimp scampi's not that bad. It depends on where you go. And it depends on how they store their shrimp. Hmm. I'm going to say what the name of the restaurant is because they're on several people's bad lists, which I didn't know till after I got back home. But you have to be careful which one you go to. I don't think all of them are the same, but it's Olive Garden. Now, mind you, I used to eat there all the time. I used to get my lunches from there. And but it was over in this area where I live. And so that's why I say each one is different. I may try it again over here just to see, but Man, it's been about almost 2 weeks now, and I'm still feeling the effect of it in my stomach. And my daughter-in-law did a complaint because I called them and asked them, did they get sick? And they said no, they didn't get sick at all. So it just might have been mine because I had the shrimp, but they said no. But my daughter-in-law made a complaint, and then I did receive a call from the claims department, and they took my statement. But I said all of that to say, be careful when you go out. Now, those of us who are plant-based or pescatarian, well, me, I'm pescatarian because I clearly had shrimp, okay? But be careful. Be selective. Look at the menu. And when I looked at that menu, it was a little short. It was didn't have as many pages in it as it usually has. And I was like, what's going on with Olive Garden? This menu is you just open it up and that's all it is. You got one side here, you have the middle, and then you have it on this side. And I'm like, it don't even look the same like it used to. It's been years since I've been to Olive Garden. But then I saw that and I said, well, let me just get this. But be careful because all places are not clean. The best place to eat is your home because you know how clean you are. You wash your things, you store your items, you don't store old items and keep it in and then cook it for somebody to eat or even for yourself to eat. If it's old, you throw it out. You know, be careful because I was told and I saw and I on Google that if you have food poisoning, it can mess up certain organs in your body. I didn't know that. And for me to right now, 3 weeks later, maybe 2.5 weeks later, still feel some nauseous going on in my belly. I should have probably had soup afterwards, but I didn't have any soup, but I did have salad, some of my salad. And maybe I just should have just did soup, and maybe I will do that again anyway, just to see if this nauseousness is going to go away. But I couldn't believe what I was feeling. And so just be careful. Grow and fix your own food is my recommendation. If you're going to go out, I mean, do your research, look online, see what their ratings are. It pays to do that because I did see some videos when I got home of Olive Garden and I didn't know. I just didn't know. So, yeah, I was a very bad girl. I hope this helps somebody to do your research if you're going to go to these restaurants, if you're pescatarian or if you're vegan or if you're plant-based. I mean, if you're going to go off the grid a little bit, do your research. Do your research. It really pays to do your research. So that's my little tidbit for today on Oriya. I hope you enjoyed what I said and take it to heart because it could mean your health. Because, like I said, let me see if I could, you know what? While I'm looking for this, I want you to subscribe to my channel. I want you to like this video and please share it with someone. Please do. I want to look up, let's see, what did I do? I said, what are the symptoms of food poisoning? Is I think it's what I said. Or what are the symptoms of food poisoning? And yeah, what are the symptoms of food poisoning? Okay, food poisoning symptoms typically, and I'm looking at Google, okay, that's my reference here. Food poisoning symptoms typically include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach cramps, and fever, often appearing within 2 to 6 hours of consuming contaminated food, though they can develop later, it says. Most cases are mild and last 12 to 48 hours, but severe cases require immediate medical attention for symptoms like bloody stool, dehydration, and high fever. I didn't have high fever, but I did have some hydration, dehydration. Common food poisoning symptoms. Okay, so nausea and vomiting often are the first signs occurring, and they occur frequently. Diarrhea can be watery or, in more severe cases, contain blood or mucus. Stomach cramps, abdominal discomfort, or bloating, which I believe I had that too. Fever of 104, 100.4, which I did not have, thank goodness. 104 or higher. Headaches. I didn't get a headache until like 3 days afterwards. Then all of a sudden, I get this headache with it. So, other symptoms are headaches, muscle aches, fatigue. I had a lot of fatigue, a lot, whew, a lot of fatigue, and loss of appetite. I did have that. I had to make myself eat. Severe symptoms requiring medical care. So, if your diarrhea lasts more than 3 days, you need to go to emergency. High fever of 102 or more, severe dehydration, little or no urination, dry mouth, dizziness, or lightheadedness, which I had a little bit of lightheadedness, inability to keep liquids down. I was okay after I got everything out of my system. Bloody diarrhea or blood and stool. Neurological symptoms could be blurry vision, muscle weakness, or tingling. When symptoms often appear, okay, yeah, I read that within 2 to 4 hours. But I did call my doctor and let her know that I experienced food poisoning. And she told me what to do at home, which was, eat some crackers, um, eat stuff that's bland, like bland. I shouldn't have probably had salad with dressing on it. And she also said that, let's see, don't allow. So we're going to do this. She also said that I just want to look, I just want to read what she said just so I'm accurate when I'm giving you out this information because this might happen to you and you have to be informed. I want you to be informed. But one of the things that she said was, and as I get over here to this message center, and da, 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 da. Here we go. Um, come on. It usually comes right up. But she did tell me that if what she told me to do at home doesn't work, to definitely go into the emergency room because that means there's something going on. Okay, here it is. So here it is. She says, thank you for explaining everything. I'm sorry that you've been feeling so wiped out since Friday with how much vomiting and diarrhea you had, and the ongoing headache, weakness, and low energy are most likely from dehydration and loss of salts rather than from long term damage from food poisoning itself. Most people recover completely from food poisoning, so don't despair, is what she said. She said, at this point, I recommend you start aggressive rehydration at home right away if you're able to keep fluids down. Take frequent small sips every few minutes instead of big drinks. Use oral rehydration solutions like Pedialyte, which I have. I put Pedialyte in my water and Gatorade. Dilute half with water or broth. Aim for at least 2 to 3 liters over the day as long as it does not make you feel worse, which it didn't. Try eating bland, easy foods only if your stomach allows. Toast, crackers, bananas, rice, or applesauce. For the headache, you may use um, Tylenol up to 1,000 milligrams every 6 hours, not more than 3,000 milligrams in a 24-hour period, as long as you are not already taking other medications containing the acetaminophen. I think that's how you say it. If you are unable to keep the fluids down, feel dizzy when standing, or have very little urine, chest pain, shortness of breath, confusion, or if the headache becomes sudden and severe, go directly to the emergency department or call for immediate advice. If you need more advice, then please schedule a telephone video or office visit with me. You can schedule it online. You may schedule online. If there are no same day appointment slots or you feel too weak to wait, please go to the nearest emergency department today so we can get you rehydrated and checked more thoroughly. So it's a serious thing. But I'm 1,000% better than what I was, except for this little bit of you. And you know what? I probably need to drink a little bit more water and put some Pedialyte in it. But at any rate, this is Oriya. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for heeding this advice. Like I said, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that I can give you more information like this. I just want to share a lot with people about my experiences of what I go through health wise. If you go back and see some of my other videos, you'll see how I talk about how I had a heart attack and it really changed my life. I'm telling you, I did like a 360 because I want to live. I have children, I have grandchildren. I would love to be around for my great grandchildren. How about that? I do have a, well, I have a 16-year-old grandson. He's disabled though, so I don't think he'll be giving me any children soon, any great grandchildren soon. But I have another one coming up the ranks. I have a granddaughter who's going to be 11 in June, and then another grandson who's going to be 10 in November. And then I have some bonus grandchildren who are teenagers. So, anyways, my husband's daughter has two stepchildren, a boy and a girl, and then my son has two stepchildren, a boy and a girl. So, and they're teenagers. So, yeah, I love them too, just as if they were my own grandchildren. Okay, now I'm gone for real. You can tell when I get excited because I just go on and on and on and on. But thank you for listening to me. Okay, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. I have more viewers than I have subscribers. If something, if you want to hear something else from me, please put it in the comments. Let's have a conversation. If you want me to talk about something else that has to do with health, please list it in the comments. Let me know what you want to hear, okay? Maybe then I can get some more subscribers, right? Because maybe I'm not giving you what you want to hear. And, that's important to me. I want to share my experience, but also give you what you want to hear, like what's important to you health wise. And then I can go do some research, right? If it's not something that I know personally, then I could definitely go do my research, okay? All right. Thanks again for joining me. I love you. Take care. See you soon.